Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we are going to make a simple pair of earrings today. Well, they're not so simple, but I think they're going to be fun. A pair of earrings using our May Bargain Bead Box Cloudburst. Let's turn down and I'll show you what we're going to do. So what we've got here is, well, all this over here is from the Cloudburst Bargain Bead Box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bigger ring. I'm going to hook this second ring to it with a jump ring. Hopefully that one will be big enough. If it's not, we'll get another one. Then I'm going to take one of these regular head pins, and we're going to take this little guy. And I would normally use a ball head, but I want to make sure that I have enough space. So there we go. He's going to sit in there. Then we're going to take a just a regular piece of wire, and we're going to wire this together with this using some wrapped loops. Then we'll take a regular head pin and we will hook on this lantern bead, then this wavy bead, and then one of these dinky winky little guys. So that's what we're going to do with this guy. And so it's going to, this wire isn't in the best shape. It's sort of bent up, but it doesn't matter because it's not going to be much to it. So here's what we're going to do, like so. Then we're going to wrap this and go over this ring. So let's do that. So let's get started doing this. So what we're going to do is just make this a regular wrapped loop, bend it over. I am going to use, well, it might be all right with the first one, but we're going to use the second one just to give it a little more space. Wrap it around, bring her down, come around and over, and straighten her up. See, I left a big gap there because I'm going to put this ring on here. We'll grab it with our pliers here, push them back together, take our second plier, and wrap. Oop, that wants to go down on the bar a bit. We don't want it down any further than we want it right beside the other wire. Now remember, we do want to be careful with these beads because they are crystals, and it is not just any crystal, but it is a crackle crystal, and crackles can break more easily than others, so we want to be careful with it. It's a little bit crooked, so we'll straighten her up. So here's our very bottom piece of our earring. Next step is to bring this to this. So we will just fold this over. Again, we're going to go to the second because we're going over big, relatively good sized bars. Bring her over and around and straighten her out. Give her a gap so we can go over our ring. over the ring. Bring our wires together by pushing them down. Now we're going to take and wrap a couple of times. Cut the extra and tuck her in. Check to see how straight it is. It's a teeny touch crooked, not bad, but we'll straighten it nonetheless. Then we put our English cut on here. Goes down to here. Now we are again going to make a wrapped loop and put it over the bigger ring here. So again, we want this second one up and over and around, bring her down and around and leave a gap. And over the ring she goes. Then we hold on with our pliers again and wrap this up. Cut this off. And tuck it in. Righty then. That's how she's looking so far. Now we want to do this little guy onto this ring. So we're going to try, because it is a little one, and it is going on to, well, it's going on to the same size ring as down here, but we're going to see if a regular wrap will, regular size one, a smaller one, will work good on that one. Now I didn't leave enough opening here, so we're going to have to open it up. We'll bring this little guy onto here and wrap it up here. So push this up so that when it starts to wrap, it doesn't come down too low on your bar. And just, oh, we went down too far. So we're going to have to squish her back up. There we go. Okay, cut the excess off. Unfortunately, I couldn't find my smaller pins, but these are regular head pins, so I'm not so worried about them. I don't use them very often. So okay, righty then. Now we're going to hopefully these are big enough, small enough jump rings. We're going, or I should say big enough, because we're going to go over both bars with this. This one here, the little one, and this one here. And hopefully it will hang all right with them both in there. I think it'll be fine. Now we're going to just use another one. Open it up. Put it through this one again. Come here, you. And then we're going to put our ear wire on. Since this has got no definitive front and back, it doesn't matter if which way you put it on. So there we go. There is our first one done. We need to see if we can't get that little guy here to roll though, because he's up to the top. There we go. So there's our first earring all done. Isn't that fun? So now let's start the second one, and we're just going to do it exactly the same. So we will get started on that. So we put the little guy on, then the wavy spacer. Come on, wavy spacer. The lantern. And then we're going to wrap it and put it on this guy. So remember, we're going to the second on all of these except for that first little one up here. And that's because we don't want it to bang into the bottom bar. So up and around and over. Bring her over, leave a gap, straighten her up, and onto the ring. There we go. Now hold the wires together and wrap her up. Trim the excess and tuck it in. Now we'll see if we're straight here. Pretty much so, though we're a little bit crooked, see? Just a touch. So we'll just take it and like so. So there we go. Next is the one, just the wire piece. Fold it over. And remember, we're doing those bigger loops. So go up to the second, up and around and over, down, over, leaving a gap, and straighten her up some. Now we're over the ring on this side. Hold it. And wrap it up 2 or 3 times. I should say 3 because I'm pretty much doing 3 on these. A teeny touch to tweak off and tuck it in a little tighter. We are a little crooked again, as you can see, so we will grab this here and straighten her some. Now the English cut. Now we want to wrap this one over the bar, up and around. Second one, up and around and over. Leave a gap and straighten it up. And over the big ring. We're going to hold it again. Push the wire down to itself. take our plier and wrap this wrap. Cut the excess, tuck it in. See if it needs straightened. It's looking pretty good, so we're not going to worry about it. And next we go on to this little section. So, little bead, bend her over. This time we're doing the regulars one, the smaller. Up and over and around, bring her down and around, leaving a gap so we can put that ring in. There we go. Then get hold of it with our pliers where the ring comes together. Bend this up and then wrap. Baby in, and now it's put these little pieces onto the big ring. This looks a little bit bent, so we'll fix it. Now we need to open up one of these. Go through this one. Oh, I'm not sure I opened it enough. I didn't. So open it just a hair's breadth more. Through this ring. Through this ring. Close it up. Okay, now we want to get our second jump ring and open it up. Now I could have used a smaller jump ring right here. I do have some teeny tots, I think. I'm not sure if I have them in this color though. So, come on, go through there. We know it will because we've already done it on the other one. There we go. And now our ear wire. And close it up. Now that it's closed, we want to make sure that this rolls in a way that the ring goes down into the bottom. There we go. There are our earrings. Aren't those pretty? I think these turned out quite nicely. And I hope you like them as much as I do. Hope you come down here. So this is our pretty earrings using the May Bargain Bead Box Cloudburst. Aren't those pretty? They'll be about almost the same length as the earrings I'm wearing, but a teeny bit shorter. But I think those turned out just stunning. I hope you like them as much as I do. It's funny because this really neither of these have any real place that they're holding on to other than the full circle. But because of gravity, they stay in a pretty good place. I think they turned out really spectacularly. I really like them. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and again, we've been using beads and such from Bargain Bead Box's Cloudburst. Bye-bye.